In the United States, every year there are a ton of immigrants who cross our borders, whether legally or illegally, that are from every part of the world. These immigrants from other countries are motivated to come here for many different reasons, ranging from wanting a better life for their family, escaping persecution, wars, and gang violence in their country of origin. These people who are called immigrants believe in the American dream and the ideals of freedom, protection, democracy, and the benefits that being and becoming an American has to offer for themselves and their family, which are the values that matter most to those who immigrate to America.
Immigration is the process through which individuals become permanent residents or citizens of another country. The process of immigration has been a great social, economic, and cultural benefit to the states. The way immigration benefits the U.S. is it starts businesses. Immigration developed cutting-edge technologies and companies, and immigration boosts demand for local customer goods. The Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1952 is the body of the law governing current immigration policy, which provides for annual worldwide limit of 675,000 permanent immigrants, in which certain expectations for close family members, lawful permanent residencies allow a foreign national to work and live lawfully and permanently in the United States. The United States has more immigrants than any other country in the world today. More than 40 million people living in the U.S. were born in another country, accounting about 1/5 of the world's immigrants in 2017. Mexico is the top origin country of the U.S. population. In 2017, 11 million immigrants living in the U.S. were from there, accounting for 25% of the U.S. immigrants. The next largest origin group were those from China, about 6%, following with India at another 6% and the Philippines at 5% and El Salvador at 3%. The graph on the screen shows the amount of immigrants that have came into the U.S. and have been deported since 1995.
There is a myth regarding immigrants that is they are overrunning our country and that most are here illegally. The fact is that there are many immigrants living in the United States than there has been previously. However, today, 13.5% of immigrants make up the population within the United States. These immigrants are successful and productive citizens of our country and have been moving our country forward in growth economically and diversifying our social system. There is more than 60% of immigrants living within the United States that have resided for about 15 years, and 76% of the majority of immigrants have lawful status. According to research conducted by the American Immigration Council between 1990 to 2013, there was an increase in the amount of immigrants born into the U.S. population. So those born in the United States of foreign descent legally was from 7.9% to 13.1%. Those born as undocumented immigrants in the United States rose and tripled from 3.5 million to 11.2 million. In the same year, the FBI, or the Federal Bureau of Investigation, gathered data from these immigrant-populated communities, finding that violent crime rate had declined by 48%, such as rape, murder, assault, etc., and that the property crime rate had dropped 41%. This proves that when the immigration population increases in America, the crime rate decreases in America.
Communitarianism explains that if a strong government has the ability to make good relations with other countries, then it will be achieved. The government and its people must be accepting and treat these countries as their own community. This theory explains how a country should be towards other countries and not to discriminate against their race, culture, or religion. The cosmopolitan theory is based around the idea of humanity being the main center focus of a society and morality taking care of itself. This explains how all people, no matter the state of nation, should be in harmony and inclusion with each other. The classical assimilation theory has been around for centuries, as is the idea of assimilating people from different cultures into one's own culture. An example would include influencing religion, social movements, and living standards. This contrasts from the two ideas of communitarianism and the cosmopolitan community, as it is not respecting one's previous cultures and values.
An individual solution would be to join immigration activist groups such as the ACLU. The ACLU's mission remains realizing the promise of the Bill of Rights for all and expanding the reach of its guarantees to new areas. Beyond one person, party, or side, the ACLU dares to create a more perfect union.